Welcome back. We are continuing our practical applications with Autodesk Inventor, and today we are going to look at how to design a jar with threads, like the one you're looking at. So it's going to be based of two main parts, the base and the lid. So let me turn off. So that's going to be the base, and then we're also going to see how we can design a lid for it. Okay, let me turn my lid back on, and that's the lid, and both parts together. Let's turn both parts back together. Excellent. Now, so this is going to be designed for 3D printing, and we are looking at new command that we haven't seen. So we've done a lot of applications with extrude, revolve, sweep, left, emboss. We're actually going to use emboss to create this pattern here. And also the new command we're going to run is coil. Coil command is what we're going to use to make these threads. And later on, I will show you also how to do the same design using thread command. So let's go ahead and get started. Like we have always done, I'm going to go as slowly as I can. This is going to be a very quick. Start new, create a new file, 2D sketch. Let's go ahead and start with the XZ plane. And we're going to draw a circle. All right, now the circle, I'm measuring radius. If you wanna change, if yours is a default diameter, you can just right click and then select diameter. Now if I select diameter, I can enter my input. So left click again and then select radius. Let's go ahead and do a radius of 40 and then press enter. And right click, select OK. And finish sketch. Finish sketch. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and extrude. Extrude. How much do you need to extrude by? 7.5. And use your wheel button to zoom down and then move it down. If you press and hold, you can see you can move your part anywhere you want on the screen to have a more real estate to work with. Okay, so that's the first part of the base. Next, select the top face, so another two sketch on it. This time we are going to start another circle here. And this time, what's the diameter of this circle? Let's go ahead and make it 34. And let me double check and see what I had here. It's gonna be almost. All right, so this needs to be 33. Just make sure. I just don't know what I mean, any would work, but we have to make sure that what I have, I printed it, so I want to make sure that you get the same thing. 33, and then finish. Let's go ahead and extrude it one more time. Extrude it one more time. We're gonna keep it at default. So the output is going to be join. How much do you need to extrude by? 1, 3. Oh, I typed it wrong. That's supposed to be 1, 3, 13. Okay, now the main part of the base is done. So we're going to sketch another one here. Another 2D sketch, and you can slice graphics. So it's one of these options here at the bottom. Or press F7 on your keyboard if you have a keyboard. All right. Circle. Radius is also going to be 40. And finish. Extrude again. Let's go ahead and extrude again. How much? This time we're going to extrude it by 15. Why did we leave a gap in there? Why did we leave a gap? Oh, I made a mistake. Edit extrude. This time create a new solid. And let's go ahead and name this lid. Maybe a lid. I was asking why did we leave a gap? Why was there 15 and then previously we did 13? Why? It's because there's going to be a read, so there's going to need to be a gap in there. Alright, so now what we need to do, let's go ahead and turn off the base, delete. Let's go ahead, actually, let's rename this one. Double click on it and name it base. Awesome. Now, we want turn off the lid. It doesn't look like a jar, so what can we do to make it look like this? What command can we use? I had it. What command can we use? Shell. I'll cancel that. First, select the top of this cylinder and launch shell command. It works best if you do that way. What's the thickness? Let's do a thickness of what? Cancel that. Let me double check something. No. Before we do that, yeah. All right. Let's start with the read first. I'm gonna make this back visible. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to look at combine command. We're going to use this part to count the read out. So launch combine, and it's gonna ask us select the base body, so it's gonna be the read, and two bodies, select this guy, and output do cut. Now if we do I make mistake? Edit. We want to keep both bodies. Forgot to check that. Make sure that you have keep two bodies selected. All right, now, so if we turn back the base, what? Isn't that what we started with? No, let's look at the lid. Let's turn off the base and look at the lid now. The lid is almost done. Now you see that we have this part here. But the base is still need to be hollowed out. And that's what we're going to use shell command for. So select this part. I think it's important that you do it in that order. If you could have shell out before like I did, but it wouldn't have worked. So now let's go ahead, shell thickness is going to be 3, and we're going to shell inside. Click OK. The part is done. All right, now so let's see what we've done. If you do, because we are we are designing this to be 3D printed. So let's go to view and look at a section view. So half sec. All right, so I go to view, and then half section view. Half section view, and let's go ahead and select YZ plane. YZ plane. All right, so this is how it's gonna look like. Now, so we've got a problem here. The way our 3D printer is gonna build this, it's gonna start here at the bottom, and then once it gets here, so that's the first thing it's gonna do. Keep going up, up, up. see, it's going to run into a problem here because we have overhang. Overhang means that we will need to create support for the machine to be able to do this part. Here, this part here. Alright, well, it's best practice to avoid needing support anytime you can. We don't need it. So to solve this, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and apply chamfer. The chamfer command, select this edge and do a distance of 7. Now you see, when it's building it, so it's going to continuously build this part without problem. Okay. So we can go ahead and now end the section view. We don't need it. Delete section view. Can we go ahead and all right, let's go ahead and clear the threads part. How are we going to clear the threads? So we're going to go to select YZ plane and start a 2D sketch on it. And that part we're about to work on is this guy here, the threads. Okay. And now slice graphics. Are we going to go ahead and draw a circle with a radius of 1.5. It's important you measure radius, not the diameter. If you measure diameter, you're gonna be off. I mean, your dimensions, your design will look different. Let's dimension that distance and do 2 and finish sketch. Finish sketch. Also, make sure you draw them outside. So we're not doing the inside. And we're going to, under create, we're going to select coil command. Coil command, our profile is already selected. Next, we need to select axis. So select a Y axis. And revolution do 0.25. Alright, so I have revolution, the height, that's the method we're going to use. Height is 6 millimeters. Go ahead and put all these inputs in. And instead of cutting, let's go ahead and do join. And is it pointing in the right way? No. So flip direction, so make sure it goes up. Now it's pointing the right way. So to flip the direction, I reverse the pitch direction. Just click on here, these 2 arrows. Now you can see it's going up. Okay, and then go ahead and select OK. The first one is done. Now we can take advantage of circular pattern. Select the coil as your feature and the axis like this. How many should we do? Let's go ahead and do 2. Excellent. Excellent. That is done. Okay. Now, should we go ahead and let's go ahead and work on the lead now. Let's go ahead and work on the lead. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn off my bears and check visibility and rotate the lead. Okay, now, so for this to be able to work perfectly, all we need, so let me go here and turn the lead on. So yes, for the lead to be able to fit and close tightly to the base, we need to create a small gap between the base and the lead. And to do that, let's go ahead and explore another command. And that's thicken offset under modify panel. Thicken, what's going to do, we're going to essentially decrease the volume of this part. And so direction, go ahead and select inside. and select, and distance, let's do 1.48, 1. And we need to cut, so, and the profile is, first is select that part. That is going to allow us to have a small gap so that when we create our threads, inside threads here, it's gonna close tightly. Next, select YZ plane. Start well, I want to rotate this. Okay. So I'm looking at it from this view. Now go ahead and do slice graphics and draw a circle again. Now, this time we want to draw it inside. And radius is going to be 1.6. Why did I do 1.6? We need to add a small gap tolerance. Alright, so 1.6. Distance is distance from the center to this point. Let's make it 2. Fantastic. And finish. Now you know what to do. You go back to query command. Profile is already selected. Now axis is going to be y-axis. Is it pointing in the right direction? We can switch the direction. Now it's pointing up. Revolution and height is the method we're going to use. Okay, go ahead and put all of this input in. And then let's go ahead and cut it. Let's go ahead and cut it. And click OK. That is done. Okay, now like we did before, circular pattern again. It's going to be coil 2, and axis of rotation is going to be that, and we're going to do 2 counts, 360 degrees. It's fine. It's going to work perfectly fine. And we are done with the lid. Now, let's go ahead. Obviously, you don't want to leave this part. So we're gonna apply either fillet or chamfer. Let's go ahead and apply chamfer of 2. We don't want it to be that sharp when we 3D print it. And yeah, that looks fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and change appearance. I'm gonna change appearance. I am using Autodesk Appearance Library. Okay, let me search for yellow. Yellow. Oh, the red is done. Now, what's left? Let me show you how you can create this pattern to make it look more interesting. We're going to revisit what we've learned. What command do you think we're going to use? What command do you think we're going to use? So I'm going to turn off my lid because the lid is done. Turn the wrong one off. Lid is done. Okay, so to create that pattern, we're going to go to select YZ plane and offset. Can't see that. Offset YZ plane by how much? Do 41. Why did we do that? Remember, you can't draw a 2D sketch on cylindrical shape. You have to have a flat plane. So start, select the new work plane you just created and start a 2D sketch on it. What we're going to do, we're going to draw a line, a diagonal line from that point to that point. Then we're going to offset this line on both directions. 1.5 offsets, 1.5, and offset it again on other side by 1.5. Now we can actually delete these dimensions, or we can keep them there, it don't matter. it doesn't matter, but make the center line, the one line in the middle, into a construction line. Next, go to circle command, draw a circle. Draw a circle that tangent to actually draw a circle and make it tangent to both lines. Same thing here. Draw a circle that's tangent to that, and we need to dimension this distance from the center to this corner, and we want diagonal distance to be 3. Do the same thing at the bottom from there to there. Remember, make sure to dimension diagonal distance and make it 3. Next, we can use trim to cut this part out. You could have a slot command if you will. But I wanted undo that. I did so many. Okay, so I want to get rid of that. I also don't need this part here. Now we're done. This grab use slot command as well, if you didn't want to do that. So finish, and we need to check emboss command. Yes, you can emboss shape. You can emboss 2D shapes on a cylindrical face. Alright, so the engrave from face, the second option, and then lap the face, select that guy. What's the depth? Let's do a 0.4. 0.4 looks nice. Now turn this plane off. We no longer need it. And what we're going to do, we're going to fillet this by maybe 0. What about 0.2? I don't remember. Fillet, apply fillet of 0.2 and click OK. Now go ahead, do a circular pattern. Select your fillet and emboss one at the same time. And your rotational axis, select that part. How many should we do? 24. Go ahead to 24. And click OK. It's going to take a minute. Alright. Awesome. Your threaded jar is done. Now let's go ahead and do chamfer. Maybe do chamfer of 2. 2 looks fine here. And I'm gonna do another one here. Maybe the bottom. Maybe let's just do 1. Let's do 1. 1 looks okay. Apply. Awesome. Awesome. Change. Let's go ahead and change our appearance. Let's go ahead and change our appearance. And I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna make it black and yellow. Why not? Why not black and yellow? Make it anything you want. Make it anything you want. I'm turning back the lid on, and you are ready to 3D print. Why did I do this part? If you want, you can do the top as well. I'm gonna leave that up to you so you can practice more. Now, last thing I'm going to show you is how to make your models look more polished. So to do that, we're going to go to View and View Style, change to Realistic, and then you can turn your reflections on. So you're going to start seeing a reflection of your model. And Lights Environment, go ahead, select maybe whatever works fine. See how it's getting cleaner. And then select perspective view, and enable ray tracing. Ray tracing is rendering, so it's going to take a minute to render this, and the longer you have going, the more polished your design is going to look. So if you let it go for like 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to look more realistic. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We looked at coil command, combine and thicken offset command, and yeah, so that's how you can design a threaded jar. This obviously has wide applications. You can design different borders. You can design different borders, or anything at all. It's anything that needs threads. And this is perfectly fine for 3D printing. It works fine. I 3D printed mine. The last thing you remember you have to do is make sure you are updating your portfolio. So where should we now? Make sure you add it into your portfolio. Okay. So we done a lot. Keep it up. And well done to those who are keeping up with their work. Shout out to all of you who are outstanding. Shout out to Zanaya, and Zanaya always gets done. I'm sure Zanaya is gonna have this done before anybody else. Awesome. All right, guys, if you have any other questions or comments, do not hesitate to ask me for help, or comment, whichever way.